Hello, my name is Ray Salazar, and this is Morning Reel, a film review podcast where I review films, whether they suck, whether they're great, that just won an Oscar or a Razzie, you name it, I review it. I take requests at officialmorningreel at gmail.com. Send them in, and I will review it. It is April. I think I mentioned in an earlier podcast that I was going to do some submitted films to review. I will get to those. I'm just not sure which ones to record and to review. You might hear some car noises in the background, and that's because I am recording inside my car. I keep it real, man. I'll record anywhere and any time of day. Thankfully, there's not much traffic at this time, so why not do it here? Oop, you hear those cars? Anyways, I'm feeling very sporty. I'm feeling very I like the human will, as one would say. Stories where people triumph from places or from times where you might think that they would never succeed in life. But The Blind Side, directed by John Lee Hancock, who also wrote it, based on the book The Blind Side: Evolution of a Game by Michael Lewis. This is a sports biographical film for the NFL star offensive lineman called Michael Oher. This film stars Sandra Bullock, Tim McGraw. Man, I didn't know who Tim McGraw was until watching this film. And the actor who stars as Michael Oher is named Quentin Aaron. Now, I didn't see this film when it came out. I probably saw it like maybe a couple of years after it came out. I actually do remember when Sandra Bullock won the award for Best Actress, and she won it because of this film. Let me just say, she fucking knocked it right out of the park with this film. She transformed herself into a woman who's not just a housewife. She's a businesswoman. She gets shit done. She's a family woman. And she's supported by a loving husband and a loving family, period. She has morals. She has drive. She takes shit from nobody. Whether they're white, black, Asian, whatever, she ain't taking shit. And she's always packing. This film was actually nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture. Clearly, it did not win. I don't know if I would put it there as a Best Picture film. I'm not too sure. It's a great film overall. It's written pretty well. There's a lot of it's family drama. And in family drama, especially when it involves kids and it's lit pretty bright, that's usually a sign for comedy. I don't know if you know this, but in filmmaking, whenever there's something that's pretty well lit, usually it means it's a comedy. If the lighting is a little bit off, dark in some places and extremely light in another place, probably drama, horror, you name it. This film is kind of controversial in a sense because it shows a white family taking in an African American teenager and, you know, pretty much playing the foster role in a sense. I see nothing racist about it as far as the premise is concerned. I guess the fact that, you know, it's a helpless African American teen, and here comes the white people, the African American people, especially from the South, Old Miss, Tennessee, what have you. They are the saviors. But I don't I don't see where the problem is. I mean, if this is based off the actual person, what's so racist about it? This man got taken in by a family who gave a shit about him and gave him everything that he can possibly need to have a good life and then some. And look what happened. He made a name for himself, you know? And kudos to them. Congrats to that guy. Overall, this dude, he has nowhere to go. He doesn't really have much of a family. No family at all. I mean, there are some scenes where you can see him with people that he is close to, especially family members. But overall, he don't really got nothing. And I can see the portrayal how this is the perfect white family. And without even putting race to it, they look like the perfect family. And that's what I kind of did not like about the film. The fact that it's a little too pretty. There's no actual drama within the family, except for the fact that this family wants this guy to go to Ole Miss. By the way that the film was written, in a sense, yeah, that is their goal. It wasn't like their undying dream. It's just something that, it seemed like they have connections to. And why not use those connections to give somebody a better life and just to keep traditions going? And in the root of it all, I mean, these guys aren't treating him any different. The film is edited pretty well. There's a lot of action, especially in the games. There's tension, especially with Michael Oher's character. He has trauma, like any other child would have trauma, being separated from their family, let alone their mother, closest thing to them. Overall, I would give this film 3.5 stars. I'd watch it again. I like the fact that they had actual college coaches in the film playing themselves, trying to lure or into their teams, because he's a sensation. So that was pretty cool. I like how that you can like use people, not necessarily use people, but like just to make the film much stronger, just as a film in general, especially for the plot. You got to make it as authentic as possible, and for the most part, it's pretty authentic, and I buy it. I'm Ray Salazar. Follow me on Morning Shot Films on IG or YouTube. Rate and review this podcast. You can hear this podcast on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. You can also check it out on iHeartRadio, on Spreaker. Tune in for the next one. Thank you.